Welcome to a new video where you will finally do some practice. So I'll work on my computer and you'll try to do the same in your computer. So the terminal. If you are on Windows, you can access the terminal by going to the search and searching for. Now there are two kinds of terminals on Windows. One is called CMD or the command prompt. But there's a more powerful one called the PowerShell. So you just search for PowerShell and open the Windows PowerShell app. This is the Windows terminal. And if you are on Mac, you want to search for terminal among your programs. So the app is called Terminal, you open it and you'll see this. So this is the Mac terminal. On Linux, it's also known as the terminal. So search for terminal on Linux operating systems. Right, so this is for Windows, that's for Mac. What is the terminal? The terminal is how we used to operate computers. So back in the days, all you could do in a computer was accessing this command line interface. So the terminal, the command line interface are all the terms used interchangeably to mean the same thing. So with computers, we used to communicate with text commands only. And now we still can do that, and it's still an option. The terminal still exists because it's a very powerful feature, and you'll see why in this video. So why do we still use the terminal? Well, the terminal is still used by technical people, for example, programmers or other scientists, because it's very efficient to use your computer for different purposes through the terminal, for very specific purposes. For example, please follow with me here. So you are on Windows. I'll show you the command for Windows and Mac. So let's try a command. Let's try to do something in the terminal. So on Windows, you would run the command. So in the PowerShell, in Windows PowerShell, wmic space OS with capital letters, space again, get space free physical memory without spaces, so one word, and you have to follow the letter case here, so capital F, capital P, capital M. This is the exact command. If I run this, I'm gonna get the free physical memory, so basically the RAM in kilobytes in this computer at this current moment. Now, this was the command for the Windows PowerShell, so it's a DOS command. People who use another operating system such as Mac or Linux, so Mac and Linux are based in the Unix system, you have different commands for that. So if you wanted to see the free physical memory, so the free RAM, you'd use vm_stat. Now, this would give you other stats as well about your computer. The physical memory would be this one here, but this is in pages, units. A page is 16 kilobytes, so this is 12,000 pages, so you have to multiply that by 16 to get the approximate value in kilobytes. So why did I run these commands? Well, I'm trying to show you that this is a fast way to get information to interact with your computer. So you could do that. Perhaps there are apps to show you this number in a graphical user interface, and perhaps sometimes in your computer you see that in your settings. But this is much faster to do it this way. So no distractions of going to different interfaces. You have everything here in one central space. So all you need to do is the commands. So it does take some time to learn the commands, but you don't need to know all the commands. So I'll teach you some main commands. This is not one of the main commands you need to know. So for things like this, you just Google something to get the command. So efficiency is one of the reasons why technical people use the terminal, as you saw here. The other reason is automation. So using the terminal, there are ways to automate some processes. There are commands, for example, that would schedule a task in the terminal, for example, to store this number in a text file every 10 minutes or so. So you are collecting some data that way. So again, instead of going and finding an app that does that, you can do that yourself. So efficiency, automation, and another reason why people use the terminal is to navigate through the file and folders. What do I mean by that? Well, if you notice here, this is the path the terminal is pointing to at the moment. So whenever you open the terminal is associated with a path, with a directory path, right? What does that mean? Well, that means now if I ran a command here, for example, a command which creates a file, that file will be created in this particular directory. And then I can go back one directory. For example, if I go back to the users directory, we'll look later in more detail into file paths, but you can do cd space 2 periods and you have changed directory. So I'm navigating in my computer. More about this in the next lecture, and you can do the same on Mac as well. So here you can do cd 2 dots and you go back in one directory. So currently we were in /user/rdit, which is my username, which is a folder in Mac, and now I went back to /users. Now we don't see /user/rdit here because Mac uses this symbol like a shortcut that symbolizes the main directory /users/rdit in my case. So I'm moving directories here, and in this case the command happens to be the same. So if I create a file now, it will be created inside users. And there are different actions you can do, but I'll show you more about this in the next video. So I hope I gave you an overview of the terminal, why we use it. So to wrap it up, the terminal is good for efficiency, so you can interact with your computer to get information and perform actions in a faster way than you do with a graphical user interface using your cursor and pressing buttons, etc. The other reason was you can automate some operations using the terminal. And the third reason is you can navigate through your computer just like you do in your Windows Explorer or Finder. So like going into a directory, so you are here now, but you can do that through the terminal. More about that again in the next video. So thanks, I'll see you there.